Now we're going to be looking for the least common multiple of two monomials. So we've got this here, and we've got 12y squared x squared. Okay, so let's work with each of these. I'm going to list out my 10y cubed w to the 7th x to the 4th. And here I've got 12 y squared x to the 4th. Okay, so let's list out our factors. The first thing we're going to do is look at our coefficient here. So 10, we're going to break that down into its prime factors. So we have a 2 times a 5. Let me move my 5 a little bit over here. And then if I look at our variables, we have y cubed, we have w to the 7th, and we have an x to the 4th. So these are my prime factors. So now if I look at our next monomial, we have 12 as the coefficient. If I break down 12 into its prime factors, it's 4 times 3, or say 2 times 2 times 3. And then I have a y squared and an x to the 4th. Okay, so now when I'm looking for my least common multiple between these two numbers, what I'm going to be looking for is the greatest number of factors that appear for each one of these monomials. So if I look down in my 2's, I've got 2 of them here. So that's the most number of 2's I have between these two monomials. Then I have the most number of 3's because this one has 1, this one doesn't have any. And then I have a 5 up here because we don't have a 5 down here, so the most I have is a 5. Now I go and I look to see which one has the greatest number of who has the greatest exponent. So I'm going to have, both of these have y's, but I'm going to use, take the one that has the most. I don't have a w in this second monomial, so I had to take this w to the 7th. And either one of these, they have the same number of x's, right? So now if I take all of this together and I multiply them out, that's going to give me my least common multiple. So I have a 4 times a 3 times a 5 times a y cubed times a w to the 7th times an x to the 4th. And so here I have 12 times 5 gives me 60. And I'm going to just reorder my letters so they're in alphabetical order. So I have w to the 7th, x to the 4th, y to the 3rd. And that's my least common multiple. Now don't get confused with this and the greatest common factor because that's a different process.